Party with a Purpose is essentially a merge of Himalayan Kriya breathwork and a DJ. So it is basically getting high on your own supply, which is your breath. This is a way of, while you are having a version of a party, what you're also doing is you're balancing your nervous system, you are consciously listening, and you are dancing and releasing what doesn't serve you anymore.
Like everybody in their life, after the age of 30, 32, till they reach 38, 40, they have a certain bubble around them, about the world. And in that age, it goes. That's when we are actually exposed to where we are in the present, what we wanted in life for ourselves, what is our reality, how far are we from what we want to where we are. And usually everybody's belief. And that's where they're like, oh, shit hits the fan.
And with conscious journaling, you can really speed up that process.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the FitCru Show. Yet another episode of the FitCru Show. Well, today we delve into the dynamic world of business and wellness. Well, this is the merger of marketing, wellness and business together. Today we are thrilled to have Aahana with us, which she has a rich background not only in marketing and communication, but she's also been a part of the startup world. She had a startup which was based on communication, which was something like a chat platform that she was really passionate about, and how she had shut that down and then move on to a different profile. And now she's actually a poet and a best-selling author. She's got a book earlier on, and now she's about to launch. She just launched a new bestseller 2024, and it's absolutely an exciting conversation, because she is this person who is coming up with some crazy events like Party with a Purpose, or whether it's even being mindful or getting high on your own supply. So I'm super excited to share this episode with you guys. And yes, without further ado, let's welcome Aahana.
Welcome, Aahana. Welcome to the FitCru Show. And for whoever's listening right now, can you tell everybody what is it that you do? Why do you do it? What got you to do it?
Okay, so in our world of many, I also do a few things.
Okay.
But the baseline of it all is essentially writing and communication.
Okay.
So I'm a poet, a spoken word artist, a content writer, and a communication specialist in the wellness sector primarily.
Okay.
Which is, by which I mean I work on projects where certain communication has to be shared via speaking, and because I have a background in marketing, it helps with that. And I use my words with all of it.
So, I hear you're writing a book.
I am.
You're almost 80% done.
I am 80% done. 80% done. I have like...
What is it about?
It's another collection of poems. My first book was also a collection of poems. It was 80 poems, each based on a different emotion.
Okay.
That was my first book. This one is also a collection of poems. It'll be maybe about 100 pieces.
Okay.
Which is just daily life, ups, downs, trials, tribulations, hills, valleys, all of it. So that's what the second book is about, and it will be out in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like every book, or every book has a story, right? Does your book, with all the poems, whether it's going through different emotions, does it have a story at the back of it?
Yes, of course. So my first book, the story was essentially, I was on my way to work. One day I was running a startup at that point.
What startup was that?
It was a chat application.
Okay.
Where I was one of the co-founders as well as marketing communications, but in style.
Well, as a co-founder, you're probably doing everything.
Yeah, so I was going to say that. Yeah. So it was pretty much everything. Became HR, became location person, became everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was on my way to work one day and looking at the glass buildings. I was working at BKC at that point. And I just had a moment on the road at one of the signals where I saw this lady stringing garlands together. And I was having a bad day. And I was in my car and I was like, had some tears rolling down. And I just thought that she must be thinking, what a lucky girl in a car and a driver and going to these fancy buildings and all. I'm like, little does she know how messed up I am in my head.
Why is that?
And it was just a phase that I was going through.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened, but in that moment, I just kind of took out my phone and I wrote a first piece, which is the first piece in my book.
Okay.
And I just decided that I will write 100 poems in 60 days and then decide what to do with it. So that's
almost 2 poems a day.
I mean, it wasn't fixed like that. Poetry is something I've been doing since I was a teenager.
Okay.
So it comes quite easy to me. So that's the story of the first one. And the book, my intention with that book was just to publish a book. It did well, and then I suddenly became a writer. So that's how the transition from like marketing and communication to writing. And my current book, the story behind it is I have so much written that is stored in my laptop, my phone, and in like a book. So it's really just the story is as simple as putting it together and having something new out in the world. So this one's a simpler story.
Isn't it fun to create something out of nothing?
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I really, really... So poetry is one of the things that when I read it back to myself, I love it. So there's other writing that I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that when I read back, I'm like, okay, could do better, all of that.
Yeah.
But with poetry, I'm like, very good, not bad. Next one now. And it kind of flows, and much like working out is a release for many people for different kinds of energy that might be in them. For me, poetry is that kind of feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you were a co-founder of a startup.
Yeah.
You've written almost, well, I can gladly say 2 books.
Yeah.
And you're doing events.
Yes.
What events?
So the events that I do, Prateek, I'm quite particular about saying yes to it, because I do believe that in our world of hustle culture, I do my best to not fall prey to that.
As in?
As in, many events come, but it's about what you should say, I believe, what you should say yes to and what you should say no to, simply because of the bandwidth or the phase that you might be in. And very often like I said, because of the hustle culture that is being glorified in many parts of our generation. I don't blame our generation, because the digital kind of overtake and overpower is so much. There's so much of competition that is a bit of an illusion, because it's just available at a scroll. So the events that I do are primarily in the wellness space. I do one-off ones where I help my sister or some friends, which is just like fun parties.
Okay.
But primarily in the wellness space, like the one that I'm working on right now is called Blistery Experience. Blistery Experience,
okay.
Which is a wellness festival that's coming up in Goa later this year, which is yoga, alternate healing modalities, and music.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like, what are the modalities?
So the modalities are, there's a few kinds of breath work. There is Reiki, there's crystal healing, there's ecstatic dance, there are cacao ceremonies. So it's an amalgamation of that with a few forms of yoga as well as some music.
Okay.
The purpose behind it is that this is like, considered to be in the spiritual realm.
Okay.
But also the spiritual realm is a lot of fun. So just as the whole, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I was a really big party girl, really big. I can still pull it off once in a while, but that shifted around over the years. But
we all have our phases.
Yeah, you know.
We go crazy.
Yeah. And I'm really glad I did all of that. It was great. It's brought me on my journey and my path to who I am today.
Yeah.
But I kind of moved into the wellness space in my own personal life properly, like doing my best to make it a lifestyle, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And what I definitely see that can be measured essentially is that on weeks when I am living my wellness lifestyle, I am a way better human being overall. And when I say wellness lifestyle, what I mean is not going very hard or anything, but just a general physical workout, a mental workout. These two are done and life is golden.
Okay.
There are many times that I dip as well, but I think being in the wellness space, I know, and I tell my clients this as well, I definitely know for a fact that you can pick yourself up at any point of time.
Yeah.
Now, when that point of time is up to you. And like I also tell my clients, if you want to wallow, go for it. If you want to be couch locked and feel sorry for yourself, do it. But know that literally in 2 seconds, you can shift.
Yeah.
So if that awareness is there, so it's not like don't feel negative emotions or anything like that, because I've tried that, just never works out. It's ridiculous.
I think self-awareness is most important. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're not if you're emotionally not feeling great because of certain real life situations, it's fine to address it and fine to be unhappy. And then,
More.
I mean, no one's going to laugh when somebody is probably lying on the deathbed or something like that, right?
Yeah.
There's an unfortunate life situation that's happening.
Yeah.
And you will be sad. Addressing that you're going to be sad for it and being sad and being miserable about it at that point of time and then moving on.
Yeah.
That's the skill set that you want. That
is the skill set. That is the skill set. And with my writing, journaling is what I do for myself, and I also do guided journaling sessions.
Okay. How do you do guided journaling sessions?
So workshops or like one-on-one sessions where it's conscious journaling, where it's more focused.
So what's the difference between so I journal?
Yeah.
I try to journal every day, but some days I just don't have it.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, probably 3 or 4 days in a week, I definitely journal, and that's I don't know, is it regular journaling versus conscious journaling?
So with journaling, there are a few types. There's free flow journaling, which is what a lot of people do, which is literally just penning down your thoughts, like free flow. Doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
Or just literally like a release of energy. So there's that. Then there's affirmation journaling, which the purpose behind affirmation journaling is there are a lot of things in our life we have certain thought processes about. And when you think a prolonged thought, it becomes a belief. And when you have that belief, it affects your actions in life.
Yeah.
So the purpose behind affirmations is, and ideally when you journal affirmations and sit down and do it, you should take out like 30 seconds to 1 minute to feel what you would feel with it. The purpose is that it creates new neural pathways in your brain. So think of it as you are walking through a jungle or a grassland and you're trying to create a new path. The first day you do it, it'll still be messed up the next day when you go. When you go down that same path for like a week, 2 weeks, it'll be more defined. So literally like the same kind of image forms in your brain.
Okay.
This I have learned through my own life trials and tribulations. Yeah. So, and this is one of the kind of analogies that really stayed with me, because there are many analogies that you see online everywhere. And this one, I don't remember who said it, but this one really creates, I'm also a visual person. So there's that affirmation journaling. Then there's visualization journaling, where again, if you're a visual person, you write down whatever kind of scenario, or it can be a 1-day thing, or 6-month thing, or 1-year thing, up to you. And you kind of visualize it. You sit, just breathe and visualize it. As simple as that. And then there's the manifestation journaling, which is you you journal what you want in the present or the past tense, whatever feels easier and lighter to you.
So you to visualize.
For you to visualize, for you to, like I said, change the thought processes that need to be changed.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it's like an ongoing life journey, because something will happen and then, you get jaded.
So what part of it is conscious journaling?
All of this, because
Oh, all
there's,
of it.
yeah.
Okay.
So
it comes under
it's there's a purpose to each one. Yeah,
Okay. That makes sense.
yeah. So all of these come under conscious journaling, and then there's your free flow journaling, which is, like I said, you just write your thoughts.
And so you also, like, we had a call before this, and you also mentioned something about another event.
Yes, I'm very excited about that one. I actually just had a meeting with my partner about it yesterday.
Okay.
We were so happy to meet in Bombay.
Mhm.
She's my Goa
Buddy.
neighborhood buddy. Yeah,
Okay.
she's also from Bombay, but she lives in my.
I see a lot of creative people, a lot of entrepreneurs, startup founders, either working out of Goa or moving to Goa or setting up office in Goa. Like, suddenly Goa has become like,
Yeah, it's got
yeah,
to be massively
it's
open.
I think a creative hub, like it's getting like a money and creative capital for India. I feel like a lot of good people I know are moving to Goa.
So, Pratik, I would say one of the biggest reasons, two of the biggest reasons rather, would be the air that
Yeah.
we're breathing over there is better.
Okay.
And that just helps you function better.
Okay.
And two is there's a very big community kind of system over there.
That's right.
I think because it is less traffic, we don't realize it because, I mean, I'm from Bombay. I know how much the traffic can get to you.
Yeah.
There's time. Like, I can go in the afternoon and have like an hour-long coffee with a friend, keep my phone away and actually listen to what the person is saying. It could be about anything. And that's where a lot of ideas
Yeah.
get kickstarted. That's how what I'm going to tell you about right now, Party with a Purpose, was kind
That's
of...
what I wanted to earlier. Party with a purpose. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds super cool.
Yeah, which it turned out to be, and this is exactly how it was formed. It was raining too much at my sister's cafe over there. This cafe called Hello Sunshine.
There's the cafe, Hello Sunshine.
It is at Anjuna. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're literally sitting over there, and my friend is, her name is Pranaya.
Okay.
She's a Himalayan Kriya breathwork instructor.
Oh, wow.
So we couldn't leave. And that's how this was born. Party with a Purpose is essentially a merge of Himalayan Kriya breathwork, spoken word poetry, and a DJ. So it is basically getting high on your own supply, which is your breath.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's what it is. And like I said earlier,
So you can get high with your breath.
very much so. Very much so. And I take this from a certified party girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Because there's, when you party with alcoholic intoxicants, there's always the hangover and all of it. Having said that, it's not that we're like, don't do that. Please go for it. But know that this is a way of, while you are having a version of a party, what you're also doing is you're balancing your nervous system. You are consciously listening with the spoken word, and you are dancing and releasing what doesn't serve you anymore. So think of it as like, so we're making it a traveling party. We're going to be doing one in Bombay soon, where it's like your monthly reboot of your nervous system. So, for example, you go for like a hair spa once a month. You don't do it once and then, you're like, my hair is amazing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So it's like a monthly reboot, and it's also a way for people to connect and have wholesome and soulsome conversations that could lead to different kinds of relationships in life.
Wow.
So that's what Party with a Purpose is.
So
Yeah.
it's like networking without alcohol, but still getting high and enjoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when is it?
We actually had a meeting yesterday. We're going to do it in March at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be
in Bombay.
Bombay.
Yeah,
Wow.
in Bombay. Because she's also a Bombay girl. I'm also a
How
Bombay
many
girl.
people are you looking at?
Well, we want to make it a proper party. So like 60, 70 would be great.
Okay.
Because, and the last time the DJ that we had, it was kind of a drum and bass vibe. And we had like some, I don't know what that drum is called, but it's very tribal kind of vibe.
Like bongo.
Yes, bongo, yes, yeah. So, and like I said, and the thing is, once you're done with it, and Himalayan Kriya breathwork, there are different types of breathwork. Himalayan Kriya in particular is one that elevates your energy. It releases and elevates. So because it was the end of the year, when we did it in Goa, we did a release and create kind of session. So we've decided based on the season, mood, energy, we create different editions of Party with a Purpose.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a really fun one.
So I told you the intent, what we want to also cover, like in our conversation. You're doing a lot, right? You're doing quite a bit. But obviously, there must have been a time in your life where things were not good.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
How did you manage? And you did mention in our conversation right now that taking care of your mental health and physical health can really create that shift.
Yes.
When did that happen for you?
So when did that happen, Pratik? It keeps happening. So there are.
But when was the first time that you realized that, okay,
when I was 25.
You can do this and take care of a lot
Yeah,
of things.
when I was like 20, about a decade ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I learned about this. When I knew that you can apply it
To come out
at
of
any
situation.
point, to come out. And it 100% works.
Okay.
It's 100% guaranteed.
Do you want to share what the situation was?
It was just a few life things that went on simultaneously, man. It was a mix of being directionless in life, dealing with the breakup.
I think work,
family.
love, and money is one
Yeah,
of the
it kind of was just that. Nothing very spectacular. Yeah, nothing very like spectacular.
That's spectacular. I mean,
You're
so
right. You know what? I take that back. You're right. It is spectacular because those are the things that drive life.
exactly. And you are the hero of your own life, right?
Yeah.
So, and till the time the hero doesn't go through a tough situation, the story is not strong.
Yeah.
The story doesn't make sense. No one wants to watch a flat story.
Yeah.
You want the ebbs and flows and all of that.
So that was the first time that I learned about all of this.
Yeah.
And then again, as I guess as you get older and wiser, and by wiser, I think what's meant is as you get, go through more life experiences, good and bad, you realize that this way of life, this lifestyle, is a good lifestyle to have, which is, one of the biggest things that I would like to do with all of the work that I do is I would really, really, somehow, I don't know how as yet, but inculcate this into the education system for children. Because things that we're learning...
They have started, right? I mean, it's obviously not as advanced as what you mentioned, but so my son is 4 years old, right? In his classroom at his school, Stella, they're like actually meditating, they're practicing yoga.
Okay, so it started.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
lovely.
Like last night I was having a conversation, I was putting him to bed and I was like, what do you meditate? So he's like, no, we meditate about manifestation. I was like, what are you saying? He's like, yeah, manifesting a hot air balloon and an airplane and birds and all of that. Like I was in a park. He's like manifesting stuff at that age. And imagine the frequency that you would emit at that age.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, then, what? I'll change the life goal now. One of the life goals.
But I mean, that's an IB school, so probably it's not in the Indian education system yet. But yeah, it's a great thing. I mean, I have seen the difference the way my son speaks. So
yeah,
it definitely works.
The life skills,
Yeah,
it's really required. So so basically, like I said, physical and mental wellness, as I call it, a spiritual jam.
Yeah.
And your physical jam is, I think if you manage to take care of that 4 times a week, you'll be in a good spot even when you're in a bad spot.
And what do you do for maintaining your physical health?
So there are, I jump from things, but what I love the most is kickboxing. I love kickboxing. So for me, music matters a lot. So, so like in the morning, I particularly go to this one space in Goa, and it's early. It's 7:30. It's nice. Blast some music, and I love kickboxing. And apart from, so that's my main one. And I really, in the lockdown, actually, I picked up squash and tennis, which I loved as well. Again, the way I was playing squash was not like how any squash players play. I put on my music and I should rally by myself.
Okay.
I should do it for like an hour and a half. And I remember I said, I never thought I would say a sentence like squash is my meditation. But I really like that 1.5 hour was,
Lose yourself completely.
it was amazing. And again, it was like kind of retraced back to me and my music that I was playing. So that, I do yoga. On and off, I've done a few like kind of series of yoga sessions where they have the 2-week retreats and the 1-week retreats. So I've done a few of those. Yeah, so those are my primary kind of workout zones. And yes, I've been to the gym, done weights, done all of that. But these are the ones that I love. And as of now, my lifestyle where I live, the only one available easily is kickboxing. So kickboxing, it is weirdly enough, that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to when I go back, because that sets the day.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure. So, also tell me that how important do you think the nutrition is?
Very.
Okay.
But for me, it works when I am, again, like I said, everything is connected and interlinked. It starts with, most of the time, it starts with a physical workout. You do the physical workout, the energy kind of in your body shifts.
It's like the starter.
Yes, it's the kickstart. It's the kickstarter. Then that leads to
Eating
the
healthier,
mental
eating better.
workout, which then you have that energy, you want to do it, and you do it with joy, and then it's easier and it's more fun, and then you see life moving at a rapid pace in the directions that you want. And then your body craves different food altogether. I've seen that because obviously there are spaces of life where I don't care about nutrition at all. I eat everything that comes my way. Again, when I hit the Kickstarter, which is the physical workout, and then goes to the mental, the nutrition automatically changes. You automatically feel a difference in the way you're feeling, the way you're speaking, the way you're sleeping, waking, all of it.
Everything.
All of it. So it is, it's none of these three things I think are isolated.
Yeah.
It's
All together.
It's together.
Perfect. But my question was more in the lines of that when you feel that you're going through emotional trauma, or when you feel that okay, you're going through a tough time in your life, that's when people usually start making bad food choices.
Yes,
bad nutrition choices,
very
right?
much
Because when
so.
they're strained with emotions and you want to seek comfort in food. But at that time, don't you think like eating kind of healthy? I'm not saying like go complete like on a cleanse or detox or whatever, but I'm saying that okay, having that balance at that time also helps a lot.
It definitely does.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
100%. And over there, what I feel really helps is a support system. So I'm a big fan of speed dial friends. Those 2-3 people that you have in your life that you can call them and say anything. It does not have to make sense.
Absolutely.
And you can just say it and get that help in that moment. Where it could be like, hey, I'm diving into a cake right now, which is actually never something that I would do. But just a whole bunch of Chinese, that's something I would do. And call me before my next meal and just make sure I don't go so crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that support system is very helpful, because to do it by yourself it's hard. It's being hard on yourself, which is stressing yourself out more.
Yeah.
Which is, we focus so much on being kind to others. And this is something I had to learn by myself, which is why I'm so conscious about it. Because for very long, a lot of friends told me, you're too hard on yourself. And I never understood it. It took me a while to get there.
Yeah.
And then I went to the other extreme where I was so kind to myself. And now I'd like to think I'm somewhere in between. But it's very important, because only when you're kind to yourself will that food that you're eating that's nourishing your body, will you like it? Will you want to have it? Will you won't be having it with like angst, where when you're anyways going through some kind of turmoil in life. It's a support system, I think, over there.
So, tell me in your entire journey where you do your healing with people. Can I call it healing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any experience that you would like to share, like where somebody's really benefited from?
Yeah, quite a few actually. Where I'm a certified therapist. I've been for therapy as well, which is something I think that many people in our generation should definitely go for.
I think therapy or counseling is just like a hygiene factor, like how you go to the gym to take care of your physical health. I think therapy is pretty much important, especially for people who are like above 30, 33, where they are going through
life.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You can call it whatever, but I'd gone to Mahabaleshwar for a friend's wedding recently, and I was having a chat with one of my friends, and she told me something so simple but yet so true. So like everybody in their life, after the age of 30, 32, till they reach 38, 40, they have a certain bubble around them about the world. And in that age, it bursts for everybody. Now it'll burst for you in a different way, my bubble will be different, but that's when we are actually exposed to where we are in the present, what we wanted in life for ourselves, what is our reality, how far are we from what we want to where we are. And usually everybody's pretty far. And that's where they're like, oh, shit hits the fan. And with conscious journaling, you can really speed up that process. Okay. Speed up, like get into it and get out of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can. It's just winning over this very interesting system in here. Yeah. Yeah. It's a super duper computer. It is. Yeah, you're talking about an instance. Yeah. So, like I said, with the healing, I figured that with my own going to therapy experience and with the work that I do, there are two ways you can go about it. And I'll tell you the way that I go about it, and which is why the breakthroughs have happened. One is talk therapy, where you talk, you share. It's just, you just need to talk to someone who's unbiased and will not say anything. And the other one is solution-oriented therapy, where it's like, okay, hear the person out, whatever it might be, and now what? How do we shift the pendulum for you? Okay. And then that's where I come back to all the conscious journaling practices. So, for example, one of the workshops that I did, it was a monsoon manifesting workshop, very fun, where somebody had like 5 shifts in a week in like 5 zones of life. Like you would say 5 things came through. Okay. So that was one. It was one was a girl over there told me that she was trying to figure out something about Canada and how it wasn't moving, all of that. So that then kind of shifted the next day. When you say shifted, it means what was not coming through for X amount of months came through the next day. Oh. So that was really quick. And that happens through conscious journaling. It's the tool that I use. Okay. It's the tool that I use because it works best for me, but there are plenty of tools. It's one that works best for me. Okay. So a breakthrough that I had was when I moved to one of my top creations of life was when I moved to Goa. I didn't really know much. I just had like a vision of the kind of house that I wanted. So I journaled that, and in 4 days, with 2 phone calls, it came through cut to cut, exactly what I had written. So, yeah. You make it sound like, you can literally through your tools, not magic, like it's like this big. You go enter this huge shopping mall and you can pick out any life instance of anything that you want
You can.
and just get it into your reality.
You can. But the kicker is you gotta that there are many things in my life that I want and desire now that I'm still moving towards. And I know why I don't have it as well.
Because you don't believe that you have it.
It's the balance of the belief, trust, and being chill. Because very often we get so caught up, me included, with things that we want, right? We live in a material world. It is what it is. It's amazing. It has its ups and downs. We think that our issue is so big and,
Everything else is irrelevant.
yeah, and like really this thing. And in those moments, even if you're in the wellness space or big healer or whatever it is, you do forget that there is an infinite intelligence, a higher power that is just beyond our comprehension. And what we want is actually really simple.
Yeah.
And apart from the kids' education bit that I told you, one more thing that I would definitely like to get to with all the work that I do, which it will make a difference in the world, is areas of the world, or can start in your neighborhood, where there's strife and struggle and whatever. Instead of something as simple as the slums over here, it's very natural. Every time you're walking past it or driving past it, you feel like bad. You're like, oh no, da-da-da, all of that. A beautiful thing to do to actually shift and help that would be, instead of feeling bad, to send abundance energy, to send love energy, to send peace energy.
How does that benefit that?
Because by feeling sad about it, about them, about their life situation or whatever, just that kind of pity kind of thing, you're adding to that energy that's already there, which is not helping the cause. Which is why very often they say history repeats itself. History does, because we keep talking about it. So it's just that I've not reached there, but it's something that I would really love to have.
What was that?
Like mass meditations of just sending good energy to.
But remote energy sessions, like I've had a chat with a couple of people who do conduct remote energy sessions.
They work 100%.
They do really work. I mean, they've done it on individuals, but now that we say it, it can be done at a mass setting.
It can.
Also.
It can. It'll be easier to do it once we stop feeling terrible about our things. But yeah, just tying back to how you said you can just go pick what you want. You can. The only thing is you got to believe it and you got to chill. So that's the kicker factor there.
Like there was this one podcast that I was saying where this Lewis guy, he's like, how do you set the difference in manifesting, where you believe that you have it, but in reality you don't have it, but you believe that you have it. So how do you break that thin film in between so that you don't come from a place of wanting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. It's, it's you live and learn.
Yeah, like I could want something as stupid as, let's say, 100 crores in a bank account, but it comes from a place of want. Right? So the reason why I want, and then it says that, okay, you need to behave like you have 100 crores in the bank account. So what are you?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? I know.
How do you behave?
So how do you behave?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Find out.
Do I just go order a private jet?
Oh no! So
and say I'll pay for it. I don't know.
If you're going to be doing all of that, then you're going to run out of those 100 crores really soon. So, but yeah, that's the difficult part about manifestation, is what I have experienced in my own journey, where there would be a million things that I would want for my life, but when I want to manifest, or when I'm manifesting it, visualizing it as if I already have it, it always does initially come from a place of want, and then again and again and again and again asking for it. Or again and again, even not asking for it, but again and again stating that you have it, kind of, it does feed into the entire area where you want it more?
So again, what helps is we come back to the physical, mental, and nutrition gamut over there. Because you're automatically in a better mood, you're in a better receiving space, you're in a better overall energy. So that does ease it out. It helps you to chill
Yeah. Sure.
overall. So you're
Takes your mind off.
takes your mind off without like hecticness.
Yeah.
You know, because you're working out, you're doing your spiritual jam, you're eating healthy. Like I said right in the beginning of our interview, at least I'm just a better human being overall. There's no doubt about
Nothing
it.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else about it. Just
That's it.
makes sense. So I'm going to be pulling a few cards. Actually, I won't be pulling it. You pull it, you read it, you answer.
Oh, I'm so used to doing angel cards and tarot cards and all of those. These are different cards. Sure.
Just
How do you prioritize your mental and emotional health? Journaling.
yeah.
Journaling.
So you journal every day.
No. No, you would think so, but I don't.
No?
As often as I can.
Okay.
As often. There are times I do it every day. There are times I don't. But yeah, journaling, singing, and
Sing as well.
I don't sing. I scream rather. But yeah, journaling and singing really loud. Yeah, I have my playlist, my songs. Like I have on my Spotify, I have different playlists created. Like one is creation, one is thank you, one is B, one is kickboxing win, one is love. So depending on the mood, I play that and I belt it out. Yeah, so journaling and singing.
It's a good skill set or tools to have. Oh,
What led you to pursue your current career path? The joy that it gives me and the ease. It took me a bit to come to this career path. And I was very happy and when I figured that this is something that I will always keep growing in and I will always keep learning more and more things might come through. But sharing what are my learnings of life through my writing and speaking is what makes me happy. So that's what led me to pursue my career path.
say you've found ikigai.
Last year it happened. You know, in May, I was so pleased with myself. I'm like, I think I finally nailed this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just last year in May.
And I got the same feeling when FitCru actually was doing decent, where it was able to take care of itself. I was like, yeah, this is enjoyable.
How do you manage uncertainty and ambiguity in your life? Speaking to my support system about it first, where I can just ramble on. And
Isn't that a form of therapy?
yeah, 100%.
Free therapy.
100%. So I have friends where I'm like, hey, like, you know, need like an hour-long therapy session. Let me know when you're free.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, just, it does, like I said, it doesn't have to make sense. It's think of it as speaking journaling.
I mean, that's why you girls got it easy. I mean, your friends, they are up for a chat. Like you call a guy friend, या तू तेरे दोस्त को phone करेगा, वो बोलेगा कि भाई आ जाओ मेरे से बात करना है. Like हाँ बात करेंगे. You sit for like 2 minutes to talk about what's going on, and then you just start laughing. And you're like,
you know what?
The topic just gets, so you barely get that. Like, I mean, it's not like it's not addressed, but you know,
Yeah,
like boy talk is like
boy talk is different. But I'll tell you, so one of my speed dial friends is a guy where I literally can be like, you know, so I'm in the mood of complaining right now. I'm aware that I shouldn't be, but here are all my complaints about life. And then post that, it's like, okay, so like, what do you want to do about it now? Should we start doing something about it now or later?
Yeah.
But I think it's that it's so important to develop that thread
Yeah.
of those connections. And I will say I'm very, very grateful and blessed to have quite an umbrella of that. So that's how, so that, and then journaling.
Come back to journaling.
We come back to journaling.
Okay, last one, then we'll move
Yeah.
on to our recipe.
Lovely. Oh, wow, this is a very long time. Long one. Can you share a time when you failed at something, but use that failure as a learning opportunity to succeed in a different area of your life? Yeah, when the startup didn't work out,
It was a chat platform you mentioned.
yeah,
Why do you think it didn't work out?
because there were issues with the investors, very last minute.
Mhm.
And I actually didn't view it as a failure. I just pivoted
It's a learning.
into writing. No, having said that, the other co-founders, of course, took it in a different way because everyone takes things in different ways. It was, I took it as 4 great years of my life where there were so many learnings, there was so much of laughter, so much of chaos, so much of everything,
Yeah.
and a bit of heartbreak with it too. Yeah, so and then I just succeeded in a different area of my life where I became a writer. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. So you like as a part of what we do at FitCru, where we make food fun for people. Like
Yes.
like I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Like I got into fitness when I was like 16 years old, and I used to like gobble down maybe 30 egg whites a day and eat bricks of oats and only salads and stuff like that. I was an overweight kid. I was almost like 100 kgs back then. And that's the only thing that I knew that I had to do was to eat food that I didn't look forward to, and that made I turned out to be like physically looking my strongest, but physically I was at my weakest because I was just eating too little. Mentally, I was at my weakest, and I didn't feel great. And that's when I was like, okay, there has to be a better way to be fit.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people around me and a lot of actors and athletes and all that, they are enjoying, they're happy about being fit. I'm not happy about looking like I had a six pack and all of that, but then I was like, why?
Feeling good.
Why am I doing it? Like, why? Just because I was overweight, I wasn't feeling good about myself or feeling good in my body, so I wanted to look really, really nice. I got that, but at what cost? And then I was like, there has to be different ways to keep it fun. And then I went, obviously, Google is your Bible at that age, maybe at 2021. And I was just doing research, and that time it wasn't as famous as it is today, but flexible dieting or if it fit your macros or call it whatever you want to call it. I learned about that and how it works and how simple food can get and how you can enjoy and look forward to food. How calories work, how your digestive system works, and I just kept studying more and more, and because it's my area of interest.
Yeah.
So, and I was my own guinea pig.
Fair.
So I started testing things on myself, and I was like, oh, it's working on me. Let's try it on someone else.
How did that?
And then I started testing it and trying it on my friends, families, everyone, and that's where I was like, you know what, it's working for everyone. So everyone should actually enjoy food, look forward to food, stay fit, be healthy, and that's where FitCru was born. And yeah, it's just one of those things. So I was like, in this entire format where we're having a conversation, I also want to create. Well, I'm no chef, but I feel that good simple food can be made by anybody. So that's why.
I love to see that because I'm not a chef oriented person.
No, it's very simple. So what we do is we keep the food prep ready. That's the idea, right? If you keep your food prep ready, it barely takes any time for you to cook food at home, right? Assuming you're not a chef, you're not a cook. I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I just know about food, but I don't know much about cooking it.
Yeah.
But what we do is we keep our prep ready.
Got it.
So it's very easy for us to
Yeah.
sort of something healthy, tasty, and something that you wouldn't even think would be actually conventionally healthy, or you could consume and still get like extremely fit. All right.
Okay.
So let's move to it. Are you excited about it or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's noodles. I'm always excited about noodles. No problem.
All right, so this, like I told you, if things are prepped and ready, then making delicious and healthy food is not going to be an issue. And what are you making for us today?
I am making some stir-fried tofu noodles that are gluten-free.
Oh, wow.
So that we feel lighter on the energy and in life generally.
Okay.
I'm going to start it with putting it on.
Stir fry. There you go.
And
So we use spray usually to cook. Like I prefer
Yeah.
using a spray to cook.
it is better, yeah.
It's a very judicious way to use oil because traditional in my kitchen, like my household kitchen, my mom used to like go
Yes.
for it all out.
Throw
and
it all
out.
in, no?
Yeah, so that's when I moved to this. When I wanted to lose weight, I was like, you know what, let's start reducing the calories wherever we can.
Okay.
It's not a brand that I'm promoting. Like,
No, that's fine. I
This is
just
like-
saw the. So this reminds me of. I used to use this in university.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's fabulous.
probably
So-
will shift back to this. Yeah, you know what? That's a good New Year thing that I'm gonna
It's
kickstart.
fabulous. So yeah, go ahead. So you can put in stuff as you want.
So we start with the.
No, we start with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah.
Like laid out like that.
Okay, cool. So we start with this.
Oh wow.
I'll put all of it. You know what?
Love the smell of garlic.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be starting my New Year with
Healthy food.
cooking something.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you. By here we
Can I
go.
assist you?
Please do.
There you go.
Much appreciated. It is a very good, judicious way to use oil. I can see
Yeah.
the goodness of it here. Yeah.
I'm going to put some mushrooms because I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. I can have mushrooms for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Also, they're a great, like, it's a superfood.
Yeah.
I would consider it as a superfood.
I love all of them. The shiitake, the oyster, all kinds of.
They're a
all kinds
great
of
food to
shrooms.
have when you have. Like, it helps you with a lot of things, whether it's fighting inflammation, digestion, your overall hormonal health. It's
Okay,
fabulous. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know
fabulous.
this. Okay, well, we sound so light and bright.
So you were saying about you going to patisserie school.
Yeah, it was a phase of my life, as we all. So to be completely honest, some things are for some people and some are not. Patisserie school was not for me. I accepted.
What school was that?
I went to Le Cordon Bleu.
London.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The reason that it was not for me, I just did a semester there.
Okay.
The reason that it was not for me in particular was it's a great school, obviously,
Uh-huh.
but it was too high pressured for me. And with
Was
everything,
it like Gordon Ramsay kind of pressure?
yeah. And from all of our chats earlier, I'm used to, ease and kind and soft.
A chilled environment.
Yeah,
You don't
like
want
that kind of approach.
the tough love
Yeah.
in education.
So basically, as you can see, which is why I didn't succeed in patisserie school, all I'm doing is just stirring this around.
No, but I mean that's what you're doing, right?
It's part of the process.
You're
Yeah.
putting tofu, which is like already like.
Yeah.
So I like to prep my tofu and keep it.
Okay.
So-
And what is it prepped with?
So
over
it's
there?
just like again stir fried with a little bit of seasoning, salt, pepper,
Got it.
not a lot in it, but it's just like made crispy because prepping things.
Well, this is
Very good.
looking yummier and yummier.
You want to taste the tofu?
Sure.
Good as it is.
Oh.
Some sesame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mix the sauces. So we are using
Yeah, mix the sauces with it.
tamari and hoisin.
Mm-hmm.
Borrow this. I'm going to mix these two.
Delish. Yeah,
Very
but
good.
when I was in patisserie school, I had a bunch of friends in the culinary section, and the things that they made were amazing, as well as in the patisserie.
Yep.
It just, like they told me over there, you do better in the communication, the front office. I was like, I know this. But it was a great experience. Recommend anyone who wants patisserie to head
Go
there.
ahead and add this.
Please.
And just mix it up and let the color come on the noodles.
Yeah.
There we go. I got a plate, please. Wow, that smells nice.
It really does. And I'm very pleased with the dash of oil that's been used, which is always a good thing, yeah.
There was nothing.
No, here goes everything. Yeah?
Dude,
Okay. It's a top lunch. I'm very impressed with ourselves. And with all the prep people who've done all the amazing prep things. Thank you guys.
so this entire plate has roughly around 22 grams of protein,
Okay.
120 grams of carbs, 10 to 12 grams of fat, around 550 calories overall.
So
It's a very healthy lunch.
it's a good lunch to
Chat for today.
forecast with FitCru.
If you liked it, if you want to see any other recipes, please like, share, subscribe, tell us in the comments what do you want. And thank you so much for making it. I know you've
Thank you
got
for
a
having
super
me.
busy month now with your book coming out, your events, industry, party of the purples. And I'm sure you would not sit after that. You are a restless soul just like me. So all the best.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you for having me. And I intend to rest more this year. Balance yin yang it out with nutritious food, which will help with the yin yang actually.
Absolutely.
Now that I'm thinking about it. Thanks so much. And I'm going to finish this before I head.
Done. All right. Thank you guys.